Hello, this is Jay, Airplane Oxygen Not Included. Today I'm going to refactor my rocket platforms. Got research here going on for Red Bolt engine. Hopefully that'll come through soon. And we'll get interplanetary launchers. The idea is I want to better support sending resources over to this asteroid. I don't want to have to send the rocket back and forth. And at the same time, we're going to go tame a few more geysers, copper volcano, another gold volcano down here. And I see a problem with these critters. Didn't really think about the fact that these guys would be stealing some of the carbon dioxide, so I'll probably do a major refactor of that. Well, lots to do today, so let's get started. So quick little project of expanding our pip stable. See, we've got 4 trees. Once we have another acorn, they'll plant another one right there. So while we're waiting for the Red Bolt propulsion, we're sending some carbon dioxide, a little bit of stable work. We're going to send some carbon dioxide here, and that's going to enhance the chance of these guys getting a Lumb, and this bottom stable will be a Lumb stable. So we'll produce some algae. Maybe I'll expand here, because we still want peat. Peat's good for power. So maybe we'll add an extra regular Lumb stable up in this way. So with this guy opened up, we're going to analyze this. We'll insulate down this way. Expanding the number of Saturn critter traps down here. So now with the dupe stat selector working, I think we'll be able to get a whole lot more bionic dupes. This is on the radioactive asteroid. This is rover, which is going to be kind of a mix of all things on this asteroid. Let's make sure that we don't have lead, but we'll have to make an atmo suit for them. So just a little bit of automation in here. Storage area for the different types of Lumb eggs that we're going to get. Lots of carbon dioxide now. We need to have some water brightened too. Making sure we didn't knock those tiles down. Oh, I see another tree growing. Awesome. So these guys slowly making progress. I forgot they're also simultaneously up here. So hoping this is going to keep our volcano cold enough. Now, we'll be able to put in some equipment and hopefully not have it overheat. So putting in the egg drop off at each location, Lumb, regular Lumb eggs. That there to trap critters and mop up a little excess of liquid. Another dupe, this is Crit. That's going to help out with some of the ranches that we've been building. And I put my lead suits right here so I can be reminded to give that to them as soon as they're printed. Just noticing that yawn also does not have a suit, so I'll pass that out as well. So we'll just wait for this to become a vacuum. And we'll expand here to have, I guess we'll have 4 Lumb stables and 1 Lumb stable down here. So now over on this asteroid, we are creating a vacuum. Gotta be careful about that steam. Uh-oh. Maybe we'll be okay. Sometimes when it says dupes are trapped, they're not actually. This is a case where Sprout is definitely trapped. Look at you with their trap. Sprout. So we're making a rocket to make some data banks because it is data analysis research that we're behind on. Which is no surprise because we're getting lots of red bolts created here. So yeah, let's do that. Speaking of which, looks like it's pretty warm in here, but lots of power being produced. Right, and hydrogen, I forgot. We need to deal with that too. Figured we'll get a dupe concentrating on digging on this asteroid. So here is rubble, making sure first thing, got an Atmos suit available for them. So our next rocket being designed here, or pushed, or built, centering around the orbital data collection lab. We want some plastic brought in, so I'll do that. Maybe 8 tons worth. And sealing this guy up. So we've got a copper volcano able to output. Excellent. So which one is it? Another aluminum volcano. Last one we did was just copper. Okay, so making sure we keep that vacuum. We're going to send this liquid from here to here. Oh, wait. That needs to be built first. Let's go over to these guys. Okay, so analysis is still pending. I think that is far enough over. So let's do that just to keep this area nice and cool below. Never considered the option that this automation would be disabled if a small amount of liquid was right there, even though there's higher amounts of liquid above it. So I'm trying to essentially have a this be consumed to the base. And we're going to select crude oil. It might end up there, and gunk, which also might end up there. Store these both away. Oh, what happened there? Here we go. And then if that is, hopefully will be a water-based liquid that we could consume. The only thing is if that becomes backed up. Oh, I need to think. Oh, there's the oxygen. Crude oil. With all of that, I'm going to allow this to be plugged in. Send power into that. Aluminum volcano work. So no construction-based bionic dupe being added. Well, they're all bionic dupes. And let's just make sure they get a lead suit. Clearing out this area. So we're going to be going up. Tiles here for pips to plant. So our data rocket with sprocket ready to go. Just waiting for these doors to open, and that will launch. All right, let's send them up. Let's just double check that they can start working on. Oh, forgot. Okay, that's important. Actually, need to tell them to make those. Data bank production going in. Let's just keep track of that over here. So we're out of steel, so we're going to go collect some more. But hopefully have the interplanetary launcher ready for next time. Might need another platform. So we're going to start the process of moving our Dreckos from down here, eating mealwood, to up here, eating bristle blossom. Stable over here, taking a new shape. So we have our 30th bionic dupe. This is Mech. We'll concentrate on some of the engineering skills. Make sure that they get a lead suit. And Yawn is not put on theirs. Maybe Yawn is not on this asteroid. There's the 3 here. They're not over here. Oh, I think they're doing right. I don't really need that anymore. Yawn was. What are we doing for microchips? 400, and so yeah, I guess we don't need a Yawn here. So we need to bring up our cooling line. Up and then back down, up and around. Because it is far too hot for these guys. Currently 31 and it needs to be under 30. So it shouldn't take too long. Just getting rid of the automation here, and I don't care if the pump's inefficient. I really want access to this guy. So just that little pipe there. Got control to flow, or turn the flow off going. Turn it back on until it becomes backed up. Nice. So yeah, we'll start to consume this. That's only going to help somewhat, though. See some temp storage over here to help in the meantime. All of these little nets around. Yeah, Prier's Yawn will just refuse to wear a lead suit. Or is that just because they're currently on break? Oh, I didn't realize that we didn't have power here. Fire pole going in here. Oh, another dupe that hasn't changed out. Where you, Comet? Slowly getting everyone to wear lead suits just for protection. Comet. I just realized it too. As long as they're on the same asteroid, that's the whole thing. Peaker, I know you're on this asteroid. And Rover too. So I think I'm just gonna, yeah, let's store some of this away. To come up with a better option later, but this is gonna give me a little bit of time to finish my stable. And let's just cut that right there. So next dupe is going to go on this little asteroid. So once I get more metal over here, there'll be lots to build. So getting this aluminum volcano, which is not going to be active for 24 cycles. Build this all out while it's dormant. We've managed to get the water down here. Art, taking advantage of our ancient specimen. Make more of that. Maybe we should be watching our diamond level, since that consumes diamond. 18 tons at the moment. So here's a Drecko stable. We're having an issue with too much hydrogen. Unfortunately. I need to pump some from up here. Though I kind of want hydrogen over here, so I don't know if I'm going to do that. We might just wait. Every now and then there's a little enough gas for it to grow, or oxygen. So making sure all the doors are going to be gold amalgam. Put in some ladders so we can get across. And we want to insulate because we want to have this area with carbon dioxide to be much warmer than the rest of the base. So yeah, just to help that plan out, figure we'll tie into our oxygen line right here. So 32nd dupe here parcel, which is going to be joining the team. We're on this asteroid, and I'm going to get them concentrating with a little bit of strength so they can move stuff around. Now we're building a second stable here. This time for the regular Dreckos. Having an issue getting this lead suit, even though that's selected. Priority 7, that's going nowheres. But that auto sweeper does not want to have anything to do with it. So doubling the transformers, that's going to feed this line. And I'm going to put in a soldering station and an exosuit forge. We'll produce our own lead suits over on this world. Now we're bringing down our heavy watt wire line from here. Down these steps. to our little volcano. So these pumps working on a vacuum, and I think they have achieved it. The lead suits did eventually arrive. Okay, that's interesting. Perhaps we can put that on. So just to help out with anyone that might need medical support, we'll bring in Doc here. Make sure they get a lead suit on. I was wondering why my cooling line was no longer running round. There was a single pipe missing right at this location. We also will need a pipe down here to bring in some water. So we have produced a Lumb egg. So now that I have that, I can specify that there. Probably can't specify the actual critter type yet. We have to wait for that to be born. So we've got 2 stables moved over here. Now I'm going to do the critter processing area, or redo this with the liquid airlock, so guys that are over this side won't be able to consume carbon dioxide. It's now targeting this gold volcano. Okay, a little bit of water dropped in there. Some polluted water coming down. Curious if we're going to get enough instead of having the polluted water go into this. We'll actually have that go up instead. If that's not enough, we'll find an alternate source. Okay, perfect. So that'll make that way up here at some point. So now we're getting Pet to join. They're going to concentrate on ranching, since I'm realizing that Rock was the only one that had a single trait for that. Let's also see if we can get a few lead suits created over this world. Taking down some of the stuff in here, now that we've got Pips helping us out. Oh, gotta be careful there. We need our ladder. Oh, and is it time to enable? Oh, already. Harvest is already enabled. We just need to have a path available open. So now if we take that out, and maybe, oh, didn't quite make it. This guy trying to avoid our little trap. So yeah, gonna go back to this setup here for a little bit. Having some water dumped in over here for liquid airlock, but we forgot the cooling system, so we'll do this. Don't need those anymore. So we've got a radiant pipe going around here. Filling this guy in like that. Actually, I wonder. Oh, that should be insulated tiles, actually. Need to make sure these guys get warm, so we'll have a radiant pipe available for them. The next part of this is to have a Drecko storage area. It's repopulating the stables. So here's the design for this little area. We just need to put in our looking for critters. Put that there and there. It's going to control that door, and that's going to control that door. It's a little storage area for critters over here. Having trouble with this liquid line. It's moving, but not continuously. I can't quite work out what's happening. It appears to be this guy. It's only flowing, and this guy is active. I'm not quite sure how to Because the similar, very, very similar setup, for instance, in this works fine when that's getting a false. But when I come over here and that's false, the whole thing shuts down. If I just force it for a second. So we'll see if this trick works. We're going to have the priority go up, but any excess just be like that. Maybe there's just a lot more that needs. Okay, I was just destroying 10 pipes at a time, thinking that might be enough. I guess it just wasn't. Okay, let's not forget it's an actual cooling line, so we need to actually operate. There. Okay, good. Back to normal. Okay, there's been lots to mop up, so I'm going to have a dupe actually dedicated on mopping. So this is mop. Make sure they have a lead suit so they can stay dry and safe. And then we've got 35 bionic dupes. And I've survived 500 cycles. Now with 35 bionic dupes. Nearly have this setup. I think the only thing that's left is a little bit of power and automation for moving eggs up. And then we'll have a place for Dreckos to live. Got enough of these, but still only one seed. Oh no, we've got two now. I'm just waiting for more seeds before we actually send the Dreckos up. So here's my plan for automation. Just need to bring in some power. And of course the actual line that's going to connect all these guys. Go outside the stable as much as possible. Drop off eggs right up here with the closed door. So approaching this gold volcano a little bit differently. Got liquid airlock. See some oxylite. First thing I want to do is get that out. And we'll create a vacuum inside this area. Okay, so with that. Or did you go there? Or did you just turn it into full amount of oxygen? Maybe. Oh no, there it is. Oxylite. Send that out there. So quick plan now before we dig into the volcano is to create a vacuum. Let me just fill in some of the far tiles. Just trying to get in as much hydrogen as I can in this room for our Dreckos. Oops. Nuclear waste in an unfortunate location. I just change that to be a ladder. Guess we need to do that again. That won't actually work at that location, will it? Oh, and nuclear waste keeps coming back. That's frustrating. Let's have someone send that up here. Since that's not stable. There we go. Actually, that is that. So with 260, yeah, it's definitely time for you to come back down to our planet. Possibly finish research. Now, I was going to do the platform changes, interplanetary loader, but I'm worried about hydrogen. And that I got the Drecko stable ready. We're just waiting for some plants and critters to be ready for that. A couple problems. One problem is obviously too much hydrogen. But another thing, we've got too much natural gas over on this world. So let's see what we can do. So we're going to start off by clearing out this zone for some hydrogen storage. We're going to actually have multiple places. This is just going to be the first one. This is for hydrogen that's accumulated in the base itself. It's being pumped out by those two pumps. Just going to click on this volcano and hit analyze. Let's put in some obsidian here and here. Little analysis on our gold volcano, almost complete. Bring some heavy wire lines across like this. Seeing some crude oil in here. We'll finally restrict these guys from consuming our carbon dioxide. We'll save that for these guys here. Some eggs are queuing up, so let's get at dropping that off over here quickly. So just a little bit more automation, and I think this goal of moving these stables over, and I've got room for another stable should I want one, but we'll see how it goes with two before I do that. 500, cut that off soon. So best planning did not work here. For some reason we got a little bit of oxygen in here. Not just a decent amount. With steam. So I think the best course of action is just to flood this volcano while we're working on it. Just gotta find a water source. So here is my hydrogen storage. Trying to get that out. That's going to be enough water, I think. So now I've got a vacuum in here. This is a little bit of a different design, but I'm thinking, future thinking, that if I've got more hydrogen than I know what to do with going in, we'll have two places to load and two places to get the hydrogen out. So I'm going to now disconnect this. We'll have hydrogen converge with this to go into the storage. We'll have that there for the future if we need it. And this is going to be the usage line coming out like so. So that'll take care of the excess hydrogen in the base itself. There's still the matter of these guys. Yeah, actually, look, this guy currently, it's not going off, is it? Oh no, it's not quite the case. Oh yeah, it's saying to take some out, but it's backed up. Okay, so that wouldn't help with that, but at least that's the first stage of the gas processing. So we're now able to take hydrogen, and these two lines will never stop flowing if they're needed. So that should take care of the biggest problem here, being the hydrogen bubble now taken care of. So sealing this guy up, but the cooling line is going to be one of the more simple ones. Just because the cooling line is nearby, we just need to connect in. Such as here. And then it will exit here. So we'll get a natural gas storage over here. Some point decide. I haven't decided if I'm going to use that on this asteroid for power, or we'll send it over for the teleportation, or maybe both. That's an option too. Yeah, I think this is going to be the second hydrogen storage. So this will be for all the hydrogen vents, the 4 of them, 2 that come from the other asteroid, and the 2 that are on this asteroid. Plus, of course, our hydrogen storage here, which is just the stuff that's from here and here. This guy trying to keep up. Eventually get there. This plant's not happy about it, though. So we'll insulate it line. Going to visit this guy. And the pressure inside here, 128. 132 over there. And still thinking about putting more Saturn critter traps in. So I'm starting to print more bionic dupes. thinking now that I've seen all that hydrogen at the bottom of the base, I think we could at least go to 50 bionics. We're going to research high velocity transport. I don't think I'll get into that today like I had thought, but let's at least start the research. Just going to get this guy to go across like that. These two pumps will be on a heavy watt wire line, so looking for hydrogen on either side. So this pump will run probably more often, but if we it's kind of more of this oxygen bubble, that's a bit more of a problem maybe. And I'm a little bit limited in how I can dig stuff out. This here, I think would be fine taking that out. It's just the hot temperatures of these volcanoes I'm worried about more than anything. So hopefully shaving that off is going to make it so these plants grow, but it's going nowheres without oxygen in that area. I wonder if I should be pushing in hot oxygen back again. Or we could put an electrolyzer. Did not notice how bad it was getting down here. Put that on the heavy watt wire line. But yeah, we got oxygen here, but it's just not making its way down. But this will help. Just do that too, and for the airflow purposes, we'll do this. So I'm thinking the little bit of oxygen coming from this guy already helping these plants out. So that's a bit of good news. Okay, despite the fact that I was consuming this, it's just not, we're actually pretty, I mean, it's kind of a nice problem to have, but we are consuming more liquid than we know, we're producing more liquid than we're using. So short-term solution will just be to put in more of these, but to come up with a water storage thing, but I'm still on the gas storage problem at the minute. Yet another dupe. Give them a suit. But I've noticed eco power banks, we're under 300 now. Probably time to expand our power bank chargers. Finish up our hydrogen storage and we'll get at that. Over on this asteroid, I see some natural gas storage. Oh, shoot. No. I forgot. We need filtering. So we've got to mix the carbon dioxide in there, don't we? Oh, we also have oxygen. Okay. We got to fix that. Just don't want this to go. Actually, it looks like it has. These guys producing so much brine ice that yeah, let's just open this area. Buy myself some time. So now that I've got a vacuum in here, starting with a new hydrogen line, it's going to route this down this direction instead. Taking down that oxygen line into here since I never actually used that. Connect into this. In fact, I'm wondering in this case, no, let's combine these two, because we also have the hydrogen from the teleportation, which is currently being merged with the cold hydrogen. Might make this a spot for just the hot hydrogen. Did all the effort to make sure that we have insulation around it. So now I'm going to jump over. So this is the hot hydrogen that's going to come from the other asteroid. It can be loaded up here, and we get the hot hydrogen from this asteroid. That's all going to be loaded in here, and then we'll start to consume it from here. So these guys patching up this system with filtering this time. Okay, building broken. Oh, I see. It probably overheated. Solar panels, 230. Yeah. And that happened because I forgot to put a tile apparently right there. Let's just double check. Yeah, you're accessing, but you couldn't do anything without that mesh tiling. Whoops. Okay, so now we're able to get in our hydrogen. This line not going anywhere because apparently I forgot access there. For some reason, the conveyor loader here is complaining or taking damage. Wait. Yeah, all of those are dropping off liquid. 2 and 3 running. But the same thing has not happened to any of the other volcanoes. And I kind of had the exact same design. Made out of steel. It's 2 away from the volcano. This is 2 away from the volcano. And this is also aluminum. The only difference is I guess I whipped this around like that, but I don't think that's the issue. All right, we'll watch to see if that continues to be a problem or not. Just notice we've got an infinite loop. I think the easiest thing to do is just take this and have the eggs stored right at that little corner. So there we are, dropping eggs at that location instead. Oh. I bet you that's going to be an issue when it comes to wrangling. Okay, and that's been moved over. And the other thing is I've got a pump for taking the crude oil out. Just need to actually connect this. Go out into the world. So now that I've got, forgot this was disconnected. There we go. Able to consume this. A little bit of a power issue, but we can come back to that. That's good because I don't think we can take much more natural gas on this world. So my plan of, I got the research for interplanetary law. Oh, some damage here. Cobalt, maybe I should make that steel. Like that neighbor. But a lot was done. We've got our Drecko stable here. I've got a single Drecko in there. Just waiting for more. Oh. And we're ready to send some Dreckos over. So we'll start that process. Bring that guy in here. Let's see what else happened. We've still worrying about issues here. We've improved the situation because we're consuming liquid from here. Oh, it looks like it's still mixing. It's not, the priority order is not quite happening. Maybe related to the fact that I had to get rid of that hydro sensor. But anyway, that's something I can look at next time. Main thing is I have 2 hydrogen storages. One for hot hydrogen, which is from my 4 hydrogen generators, or vents rather. That's being stored here. And then we have a storage area for the hydrogen in the base itself. That is looking much better. Lots of oxygen in here. These plants are happy. Have hydrogen in the Drecko stable. The big problem I have right now, other than the little bit of a liquid issue, is the fact that I don't have enough power bank chargers and probably have to have another communal table, but that hopefully something I address next time. Over on this asteroid, we'll see how it works having these guys separated over here like this. but the carbon dioxide is low, not nothing, but low. I did have a thought. I see some, well, actually there's two thoughts. I've got some carbon dioxide geysers here, and I wonder what would be involved with transporting that to this asteroid. But probably more soon. I've got, oh, that's hot polluted vent. I'm pretty sure I've got, yeah, there it is. A hot carbon dioxide vent. Maybe next time we cool that off and send some of that carbon over. And we're up to 37 bionic tubes. I think next time we can probably get close to 50, as long as I figure out the infrastructure to both keep these going. So we'll have to expand that space. Anyways, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time expanding the number of bionic tubes on this little base. Till then.